Hello and welcome to the Daily Dominion for December 15th, 2024. Another full random kingdom since it is Sunday, and so we don't have any thinning, which is the one thing that really is going to inhibit this from going crazy, because populate with like Alchemist and City Quarter is pretty insane. We've got Horn of Plenty and Rice, although Rice may not actually be that good. You got your Night Duration, you've got your Action and Treasure. I guess Barbarian is an attack. Night Duration, Action, Treasure, Attack. It's 5. All right, 5 is good enough for it to be. I think that's all the. Can I just see it this way? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's all the multi-types. So not as good as it can be, but it's still pretty good. Anyway, so we do want to hit populate for sure. We're gonna open with a Silk Merchant on our 4. I think the question is just, do we go silver? We probably do. I don't like Patrician isn't doing anything right now except possibly getting in the way of the Silk Merchant. Silver will help us hit some of the higher price points that we're going to want to hit. Yeah. It's actually conceivable that we would want a potion at some point here just to like be able to top deck Alchemists after we populated, but don't click on it now, Jesus. Just like start talking about it and then I accidentally click potion and then it'll be like, oh, your achievements are no longer blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we could just go ahead and take an Artificer. Artificer's not amazing, it's fine. I guess I just don't know. Like, if we get a Fort of Rice, it'd probably just... Actually, maybe not, because right now, Rice isn't going to do a whole lot. Yeah, I think we just take Artificer. Not a lot of terminals on this board, you know? Okay, so we could just grab another Silk Merchant. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, it's copying us. Pretty rude. We could buy an Artificer. We could also just top deck one. That's probably better. Is there anything else we could do of note? Not really. I don't really want to spend my coffers considering I want to hit populate, so. Okay. Huh. Guess there's, unlike in TGG, I guess there's no way to just like sort of click past that. Anyway, all right, so we've got 2 estates here, but also both of our Silk Merchants. I think that's worth skipping the shuffle. It's also burning a villager, of course. But I think that's fine. All right. We are actually only 1 coin short. We managed to find our other artificer. I'm gonna be able to populate, but again, I don't really want to. Oh, these 5 cards though are just estate and 3 coppers and there's an artificer. That's right. That's right. Okay, so we are going to get to trigger that shuffle as well. Okay. Do we take another silk merchant? Probably grabbing a patrician either way. The silk merchant is nice because we get the coffer. The artificer is nice because it gives us a coin directly. We're not likely to hit 10 next turn because we're not likely to find our draw. I think I'm slightly more inclined towards the artificer now, and maybe you get a silk merchant next turn. Maybe top deck a silk merchant next turn. Let's go artificer. Wait, when did they get a potion? I didn't see that. Or we could end up finding a silk merchant after all. It's actually kind of unfortunate because A, if I'd known that was going to happen, I would have probably gotten another silk merchant, and B, like, if we play the silk merchant, we're still not likely to hit 10. We could end up burning through our last villager. Think I'm gonna just play it. It's right. Not really what we wanted to see. All right. Need another silk merchant. Yeah, we drew both of our silk merchants. That was not good sequencing. All right. This time we really should be able to hit 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. We gain a copper on top of our deck to guarantee it. I don't want to do that. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. We could go ahead and put a top deck a patrician. And still hit 10. Just spend a coffer, but that seems fine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we can't gain like a 4 cost or anything, so. We have to choose the order. That doesn't matter. All right, we might want to start looking at getting a guardian here because they've got a barbarian now. I don't really. I mean, we do have a lot of cruft in our deck that they could hit with the barbarian. Granted, although it does gain a curse, so it's not exactly an upgrade. Anyway, play some patricians. 2 villagers. I think we're going to go ahead and trigger here. Make 2 estates, miss the shuffle. Well, what can we do here? I mean, if we top deck, we get a patrician, we can get an emporium and get some points for it. That's something. It's not awful. We also get a silk merchant so that we get a villager so that we can immediately spend the villager. Doesn't seem the most useful. Kind of like just stop here and top deck patrician and then buy. Well, of course, what we actually want is another silk merchant to get a villager again. But I mean, we can afford silk merchant guardian if we want to get the guardian. So, or we can top deck the silk merchant. Do we care about the guardian? We know that they gained the barbarian onto their deck, so we probably do want to get the guardian. We could also just take a city quarter. That's not exactly going to help us populate again, but it is a good card. It is a good card. Alright, so they bought the last 2 silk merchants. Rude. Rude. We could discard for another patrician here and to get an emporium this turn. They're not going to be playing a barbarian this turn. We don't need to worry about that. I don't know that we want to play our barbarian and spend a villager for it, but we might see our city quarters, so I guess I'll discard a copper. Ow! There's the city quarter. Not really very convenient. I guess we'll just leave that there. Alright, we could just take another city quarter. We probably should. right. Four things in play, so we still don't get Emporium points. They shuffled their deck, they have not. We could grab like a horn here or a rice. No, not rice. A horn. It seems pretty reasonable. Not gonna play that version. I want to keep the villager. Grab an Emporium. Oh, fuck. Barbarian trashed my Alchemist. I forgot to consider that Guardian. Well, they weren't very likely to see it. They did. This doesn't look great. I just stop here and get another city quarter, maybe. Ah. What? What? Get out of here. All right. Get more Emporiums. So might as well play this one first. Is this actually the right way to be approaching this? A Guardian in play. You don't have a Barbarian, so Rice would be worth 4. I mean, the points from the Emporiums are nice. I think I'll go with that. Oh, no, that's not what I want. You could discard the Silk Merchant and this other stuff. Yeah, why not? Oh, there's the Barbarian. Oh my god. It's not entirely bad, but all right, we could gain a province here, but I think I'd rather just get another Emporium. And when we take another city quarter and piles really low, they don't have Artificer much to speak of or Horns, so they're not really threatening to be able to win. Yeah. It's a little risky, but not too risky, I don't think. Oh, one Artificer. Okay. I lost a Silk Merchant. And they just ended the game. I continue to be baffled by why the AI does this. It's honestly kind of annoying. Like fleets on the board, Horn and Plenty. Like you could, like I mean, I guess at the point where you've already, but why gain the? Don't gain the Emporium. Like, what are you doing? Gain a Horn, play it, get a province if you can. Like, I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be enough, but like, you at least try. Like, there are ways. So confused. Yeah. I don't know. It just feels weird. I mean, I guess it's, you know, somehow it feels weirder to me than having an opponent that just resigns. Like, oh, I don't have anything I can do. And obviously the AI isn't going to just resign, so it's got to do something. But, like, again, and I've said this before, like, it can't possibly have a 0% chance to win there if it doesn't take the Emporium. Like, I have 7 debt. I could have a bad turn. I'm probably not going to, but I could. And, like, if you've got the Artificer, like, they did Artificer for the Emporium, right? If you can do that, you get Artificer for Horn and Plenty. If you can do that, you might be able to get some points. Like, you might be able to buy Fleet. Like, I guess probably, maybe not. They paid off 4 debt. And then, but then they paid off another 6. Yeah, like, you could totally have bought Fleet. Like, I just, why? Like, what are you doing? It's like, no, I have to have this city quarter. Give it to me. Well, all right, fine. This board definitely would have been more fun with like any kind of thinning. It's just like so slow to get off the ground here, despite like the powerful stuff. I mean, ultimately, it didn't last that many turns, but it should have lasted more because the AI just prematurely ended the game. And it was also kind of lowering piles in a way that it had already arguably been maybe lowering piles too much. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's not true. Maybe there wasn't a better approach for it, but earlier in the game, I mean. But yeah, regardless, it's just, yeah, I mean, city quarters are expensive, populate is expensive. It's hard to get, the city quarters is the only plus action. But like, if you had some thinning and you could just trash your estates and coppers, like, man, this board would go crazy because like you draw a bunch of cards like Artificer for something, draw a bunch more cards, like, if you could like realistically populate multiple times. I mean, I could have, but I would have had to decline to take city quarter, and it's unclear how long it would have taken me to populate again. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, it would have been worthwhile to do if I could have done it, but I was hoping for a turn where it'd be like I pay off city quarter debt, and then maybe buy something other than a city quarter, and then I can hit populate, or maybe I like only have a couple debt and I can somehow populate anyway, but that never really came close to happening. But yeah, like it just, like if you could populate Alchemist into your deck to combine with the city quarters, you know, and like I said, like Artificer for horns or rice or whatever, like you could really do some crazy stuff. But with no trashing, it's just like such a struggle. Like get through all the crap. I mean, I don't know. I mean, depending on your perspective, that might actually make the game more interesting because it's not as straightforward. But anyway, not usually the way that things go to basically just win the game on Emporium points, but whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.